Welcome all to our channel GTech Fluent. Our today's topic number 12 in ASP.NET Core video series is developer exception page in ASP.NET Core. So please do subscribe to our channel to get the latest video updates. So in this video, we'll discuss and understand what is developer exception page, how to use the developer exception page, and how to customize the developer exception page. So let's start and see what is developer exception page. So the developer exception page display the detailed information about the exception occurred. So this page is available under the Microsoft ASP.NET Core diagnostic package, which is in the Microsoft ASP.NET Core app meta package. To configure the developer exception page, we need to add use developer exception page middleware into the request pipeline. So we need to enable the developer exception page only when the application is running under the development environment, because we don't want to share detailed exceptions information publicly when apps run under the production environment. So now let's switch to the Visual Studio and understand how to use the developer exception page. So we are in our project which we have created for this video tutorial series. So now let's modify the startup.cs file and let's add one middleware which throw the error. So I have the code snippet, we'll add directly. So we have added the one middleware which simply throw the exception, which is called throw the developer exception here. Okay, so now let's run and see. So once you run your application, you will get this screen with the status code of 500, which means internal server occurred. But as a developer, when we are developing the application, you should have the idea or a detailed information about the exception. So now let's see how to add the developer exception page into our application. So let's stop. And as we discuss, we need to use developer exception page middleware. So let's add it and let's run our application. So if you notice on the browser, we are getting the same screen which we have seen previously. So this is because if you understand how the ASP.NET Core request pipeline works, then you might be know the reason of this. This is because we have added developer exception page after the error occurs. So we need to make sure our developer exception page should be added before any error occur or serving the any request. So let's correct this. Let's move our developer exception page into the above of our exception. So now let's run and see. Now we see the developer exception page as expected. So if you have any experience with the classic ASP.NET, then it is must be similar with that yellow screen. So the developer exception page contains the information. This is the title which indicates the problem, what problem in the exception. So this is the details about the exception. So if you got this, like we have throw the error like a developer exception page. Okay, it shows the exception of the location where actually the exception occurs. So if you see in the startup file line number 44. So here it will give the detail about the code where the exception is occurred. If you see the app.run, the code here it has given and it is showing the error, and below that we have a full stacks of the information. So we will get the full stack about the exception. So now in developer exception page there are the multiple tab. The first one is a stack, so it's give the stack details about the exceptions. Second one is query string. So for this request we don't have any query string data, so it is not shown here. So let's add the query string. So let's call home/10 and switch to the tab. So if you notice, we are getting the query string parameter. So parameter name is ID and the value is 10. The third tab is cookies. So it give the information about the cookies of your browser. Third information is about the headers, the request header for this request. So what are the headers included when the request is issued? And the last one is routing. So it's give the information about the route data and endpoints. So again, here the route data and endpoint is not visible. This is because the exception is thrown before the route data is collected. So now let's move our exception inside the after routing data is collected. So let's move here and run our application. So let's switch to the routing tab. So now if you notice, this is our default route, which is configured under the index action and the controller name is home. Okay, so in this way you will get the information about your exceptions, what are the query string, headers and routing information. As we discussed, our developer exception page should be enabled for the development environment only. So let's see how to do that. So for that, we'll add the check environment dot is development environment, and then only we'll add our developer exception page. So in this way, you will restrict this page for the development environment and not expose or share the detail exception with, with the live environment in production. So now let's see how to customize this developer exception page. Suppose you want to customize the lines should be shown before and the after of the exception occurs. So I already have a code snippet, so we'll add it. So to customize the developer exception page, we need to use developer exception page options. So inside this source code line indicates how many lines should be shown after and before the exception of the line which occurs. So let's run and see. So if you expand this, notice our exception occurred in 56 number line. So before this, we only get the 5 line, and after this, we only get the 5 lines. So this is the configuration which limits the code line should be included into your developer exception page. So in this way, we will add the developer exception page into our application, and it will help developer to get the more information about the exception occurs. So please let us know if anyone has a query or a doubt. We will meet in our next video. Thank you.